Hi guys, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. I only had the few runners through the week. A little 2-year-old Champagne Sabre, he'll go for a spell. He sort of battled on that heavy track up to a mile, so he'll come back. He'll go for a nice spell, come back, and I've got no doubt he'll come back a nice horse. That's just what he is. He's just a lovely horse, and he'll improve. And with that sort of prep under his belt, I've got no doubt he'll certainly be a horse to follow for the stable. The other couple of runners, Redivo, he was okay. He needs to get to a big trip to sort of start coming into his own, but I thought he was okay. And Diamond Luke, we might give him a bit of a freshen up and bring him back in trip. He seems to race sort of best that way. As for the runners this week, well, let's get stuck into them. Runners this week, come along Jeffrey. We'll take him to Werribee on Sunday. There's a little 1,000-metre race up there for him, so he can just go for a little trip up the road. We're going to trial him. He'll go into this a little bit underdone. He's a bit of a big gross horse, so sort of race day pressure will sort of, that'll be as good. It'll probably be better than a trial for him, but we won't expecting too much from him. He's a horse that handles all going, so he's in at the right time of year, and I don't know if he's improved or anything like that, but he was really good last prep. He had a couple of unlucky runs as well, and he was managed to win. He won a handful of races, so he was great. He did a great job last prep, and hopefully can continue that going this prep. I got Lorenzetti nominated on Wednesday at Sandown, 2400 metre 70. His last run was probably pretty disappointing, but in saying that, was on a horrible track around Cranbourne. So I thought his run prior at Warrnambool was really good, and Evan, his run at Sandown going back was, I thought, had enough merit to it. So we'll take him back to a track that he has raced well at. He's won there. He's probably his best win was there at Sandown over 2400 benchmark 70. So it's more just to get a really good line on the horse and where he's at, and whether he is an older horse now. So just sort of just find a bit of a benchmark of where he's at and in his career, and sort of whether he still wants to do it. His track work here is great. He's an absolute ball of health. So I expect him to run well at Sandown on Wednesday. La Spezia, will nominate her for Sandown on Wednesday. There's a mile fillies and mares benchmark 70, so really good race for her. I think she's better at the mile. We've tried a couple of times to go up to 2,000 metres in better grade, and I think she's just she just ploughs away. She doesn't really sort of hit the line all that strongly. So she's a bit the same. She's at a bit of a crossroads. You always question these mares as they get older, whether, whether they still want to do it and things like that. So we'll give her a really solid gallop on Saturday. She'd have to work up well to take her to Sandown on Wednesday, but if she does, and you do see that she is accepted, then know that she's going there in good order, and expect her to run well. G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse is a horse called Boulder County. When we first got this filly, she was a bit of a handful. More so going into the gates, she just absolutely panicked going into the gates, and then when she was in the gates, just the whole world just fell apart for her. But fortunate enough, here at the farm, we're able to have our own barriers, and don't get me wrong, we spent a lot of time with this filly, and real credit to her rider Robin Peck here. He spent a lot of time with her, and I must say it's not a nice feeling when you're in the gates with a horse and the horse is going nuts. But he stuck at it, and he took her to the trials a couple of weeks ago, and he kept persisting with her. He made sure the barrier attendants sort of gave her time and were nice and patient with her, and she ended up walking in the gates really well. And then the proof was in the pudding. We trialled her yesterday, and first go, she walked in the gate, stood there nice and relaxed, and she was a really good girl. So yeah, just a really good facility we're able to have it here at the farm, where if you're on a racetrack and things like that, you're not able to do that and be able to spend the time and with these sort of horses. So she's always a horse that has shown enough ability galloping here at the farm, and I thought she took that to the trials yesterday. She jumped away cleanly, and she's just the way she is. She just jumps and runs, and she just sort of maintains a really strong gallop. And Robin sort of said they sort of come to her, and she sort of fought them off, and she kept running through the line. So whether we give her another trial or whether she's ready to go the races, she's seems to have pulled up well from that trial, yeah, she's a horse that has got a fair bit of ability. She's just got to harness that ability and be able to you know, reserve her energy for that end of the race. And at the moment, I think she's doing that. And yeah, really keen to get her the races and see whether we can yeah, win a couple of races with her.
G'day guys, Big Jobs here. Been pretty busy lately, transferring these 5 outdoor yards into internal boxes. So under the supervision of Big Jobs, I've had my mate Donald Conway come out and put a steel pergola on, all 5 of them, and one of the welders in Torquay, Ollie, put the steel gates on. I've tacked on the rubber wall lining. That just makes it safe and secure for the horses. We'll get the roof knocked on next week, sawdust in the boxes, just in time for winter. So there's nothing Big Jobs can't get done. So you'll see the finished product in the coming fortnight. So tune in. Cheers.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Had a couple of horses trial at Geelong on Wednesday. Boulder County, who you would have seen on Horse of the Week, she trialled well, and another little 2-year-old filly, a Merchant Navy filly. She's unnamed, but she's come on in leaps and bounds this prep. It's a bit of a ruddy sort of thing early days, but she's really liked the way she's going about things now. She got a long way out of her ground in her trial, but the way she hit the line and even through the line, she's a really nice sort of staying 3-year-old filly. What else is going on? Jeffrey's back at the races, so that'll be good. Always good to see those better horses back at the races. A couple of horses at Sandown, if we accept with them, they'll run well. For next week's video, just keep an eye out. Got a couple of runners at Warwick-Nabil. I think they'll be good chances, so make sure you watch for next week's video to see them. But until next week, see you later.
Big Jobs has transform these outdoor yards into internal boxes. That sounds. We'll transform these into outdoor yards into indoor boxes.
Yep.
Do you like that?
Stables.
Internal stables. Yeah. The entrepreneur that I am, I'm ready to rock and roll.